We can either be a civilized society or a circumcising one, but we cannot be both. Now, the way I see it is this. There are 120 million circumcised men in this country. 120 million. One circumcision is an act of extreme sexual violence. 120 million circumcisions? 120 million circumcisions? That is a culture of sexual violence. And that is what we find ourselves in today. We live in a country that mutilates its children's genitals for no reason whatsoever. That is so outrageously fucking stupid, it's almost inconceivable. But stupidity is not the root of the problem. It is not. True fucking evil is. And I have seen it. And I have seen it. And I will tell you where. Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened when I finally built up the courage to confront my Jewish father about carving his psychotic and demonstrably evil ideology into my body, raping me of one of the most fundamental acts of connection with another human being for life? Do you know what he said to me? My Jewish father looked me dead in the eye, dead in the face, straight in the eye, and what he said, I will never forget. And he said, "You're wrong." I'm wrong? I'm wrong? I may be many things, but I'm so far from fucking wrong! And I will tear our covenant to pieces to prove it! What they stole from me, what they raped from me, what they raped from us, has no price tag. There's not enough of this on the fucking planet to pay me back. They robbed us of our humanity, don't you see? This is fucking nothing. It is paperback by nothing, and that is exactly what it is to me. Because we live in a totalitarian state. We're not even free to keep our own fucking bodies. Well, they can keep their fucking money. What they stole from us was real value. Despite our scars, we are not their fucking slaves. Well, the time has come. The time has come. The time has come for all of us to agree that we must subject religion to law. And the solution is simple. We must ban all acts of genital mutilation without equivocation. Let me repeat that. We must ban all acts of genital mutilation without equivocation. Well, I've got a message for the more enlightened countries who are trying to ban this obvious act of evil. Denmark, Sweden, Iceland, Finland, Greenland, Germany. Fucking do it! Fucking do it, and you will earn your place in history for doing so, and others will follow. Do not be intimidated by these extremist groups. You have kids in your country who are depending on your strength of character to protect them from their own fucking parents. Because no one protected me from mine. And while you're all paying attention, let me convey the sheer magnitude of the crime against humanity that we have euphemistically termed circumcision in this genital cutting culture. When I was an infant, I was stripped naked and strapped to a board, and without anesthesia, my Jewish obstetrician tore the most erogenous parts of my penis off of my body. And as I screamed for help, my Jewish father looked on. It did nothing! Out of his deranged loyalty to an ancient and evil covenant that was designed to, and did, damage me in the most evil of ways for life. That is what circumcision is. It is one of the most evil things that you can do to a human being, and it was done to me. Part of my human body. Part of the essential human experience of making love. Part of my humanity. Part of our humanity. Was stolen from us! For what? For fucking what? To keep this satanic ritual alive? How is that even possible? Well, here it is. I explained it. I explained everything. And I am 100% unquestionably, irrefutably, unequivocally correct. Now, an ideology that compels its followers to mutilate its own children's genitals. Now that is evil. But an ideology that not only compels its followers to mutilate its own children's genitals, but is hideous and duplicitous enough to fool an entire nation to mutilate all its children's genitals? Now that is an unspeakable evil. Well, guess what? I just fucking spoke it. If you are an American man, if you take your penis in your hand, you will see a scar where you've been raped of essential elements of your humanity. Well, our tolerance for these ancient and evil ideologies is through. I will expend every breath in my body tearing this covenant to pieces. Consider this my official declaration of war on our fucking covenant. And I will recruit an army from our generation to wage it. Now bring your ad hominem attacks. I don't give a fuck. If you haven't figured it out by now, I don't care what people think of me. I don't. I care what I think of me. And that's how you should live your life too. This is the right thing to do. And despite my faults, and there are many, I'm not a fucking monster. And it would be monstrous of me. It would be monstrous of me to understand these hideous truths about our culture and theirs. And do what? Nothing? Just say nothing? No. I say fucking no. That would be a radical injustice to all of you, and an even bigger injustice to our children. Now, here's the truth. I don't enjoy being up here. You know, this is not fun for me. I do not enjoy sputtering in rage, as you have seen and you have felt. But that rage is embedded in my being, in my fucking core. Perhaps I should be up here preaching forgiveness, but I cannot find it. In my case, my own fucking father raped me. He gave his rage to me. Let's not allow them to rape the next generation of children. Whether Jew or Gentile, all children deserve protection. We would live in a much kinder world. a culture more suitable for our children to grow up in. For this culture of sexual violence is not. And while I'm down here, let me tell you a secret. This is how these religious ideologies work. Just as hazing binds fraternities, genital mutilation binds religious groups. Circumcision is the evil that binds us together. Well, let me assure you, it is all a lie. It is an evil lie. And it is hideously damaging our children. I implore my fellow generation of Jews to accept that we've been lied to and to stop. For I fear our parents are far too indoctrinated to understand. At least, my father is. Now this is my magnum opus, and I stand behind it, and you should join me. Not only is everything I shared with you tonight true, it is obviously true, and it is verifiably true. The entire world understands this very basic information, with the exception of Jewish and Muslim nations. History will vindicate me in the immediate future, whether it takes 2 months or 2 years, but I seriously doubt longer than that. The older generations, with few notable exceptions, the older generations have failed us. They lack both the intelligence to identify this very obvious problem and the integrity to address it. Now it falls on us. It falls on you. It falls on the next generation of adults, and the next generation of leaders and intellectuals in this room and those of you watching online. Let us welcome all of our children into this world with the love, the respect, and the acceptance that they deserve. And not welcome them into this world with the sexual violence they're met with today. Let us safeguard their fundamental human right to their entire bodies, the only thing they will ever truly own. Let us, please, for the love of our shared humanity, let us not fail them. Thank you. I appreciate it.